Another task that I'd like to brief in is the addition of a satellite layer in the front end of a MapPress map. Currently in MapPress there is this icon here which brings up an overlay of various maps within leaflets or MapPress. I'd like to introduce this into the front end of MapPress, so this icon here to be on the left hand side and the plus and minus brought up to the top right hand side. So changing to satellite, adjusting zoom, icons left and right on the front end here. So satellite and zoom on the top left and top right. With the layers here, with this functionality, well, the maps that I would like to introduce or to have allow people to use is the outdoors one. Can we rename that to map on the front end? You could even rename it on the back end here if you like, I don't really mind. And satellite streets is the other alternate layer, and for the front end we'll just call it satellite only, just satellite. In the back end here, if I'd like to set up functionality that if one radio button is selected, the front end of the map is, as you see here, that's the map that's there, and there's no other icon on the top left. So looking in the map with this functionality here, the way that I can envisage this working in the back end is these radio buttons here. Can we change the functionality? At the moment it's basically switching between a single map to use on the front end. Moving forward, I would like to have multiple radio buttons selected here depending on how many layers I want in the front end. So in my instance I would like satellite streets, and I would like outdoor one. I would like a radio button in each of these to indicate that on the front end this icon should appear on the front end, giving you these two options. Now at the moment clicking on these actually flicks the maps over in MapPress itself. I suggest that clicking on these radio buttons is merely just like there'll be a dot in there, and then I'll click there and there'll be a dot in there, but the map won't change. To change the map in the back end of MapPress for whatever reason, perhaps we can click on the names of all of these to cycle between the different maps. So there's two functions. There's how many layers do I want, and then just flicking in between the layers in the back end of MapPress. And yeah, just to rehash, if only one map radio button is selected, this icon of the layers does not appear on the front end, and it just shows that map. Let me know if any of that can't be done, doesn't make sense, and we'll go from there. Happy for you to implement it. Thanks, Ray. Cheers.